don't forget, we also have to turn the top edges of our gusset. Okay. The next thing we want to do is to start to put our bag together. And the first thing we want to do is I glued the edges so that, and when you're doing your first pattern, or any first pattern for any bag, use a little glue. It saves you a lot of hassle. It makes sure that everything is fitting properly. People do make mistakes. It's not like an exact science. And the first time around, and even though you do the formula, it may or may not work. So what we're doing is we've done the glue the outside, and we're just going to make sure, line it all up and make sure that the pattern is working. You see that our little notches are lining up there, so that's always a good sign when you're doing this and you're only in the middle, because it could go wrong. And so we're going to do this, walk it around, and make sure that it comes out right. And that's what we got. This is how our bag is starting to look. And as you can see, it pretty much fits. This is a great time to make adjustments to your pattern if you see something that doesn't fit. Okay, we've already attached our gusset to our front. We've glued it to make sure that it fits, and we now know that it fits properly. So what we need to do is prepare the back piece to be attached to the gusset. And what we have to do is simply, we got our flap, it's already sewn, we got our magnetic snap in. Now we look at the bend. This is where we made our first window. This is the second window. So at the first window is where the bag is going to bend over the top. So we're just going to get it just right and make sure that it's bending right at the top and not pushing the top of your back down. So that looks like the perfect position. Plus it lines up with the pattern. So we got that in place, and now we're going to sew. Okay, we've sewn our flap on. Here it is. It's bending over the top real nice. Here's our stitch, and it should be in place. So now we're just going to attach it to our gusset. Okay, we're back, and we've attached our back. We've used our glue again to make sure everything is fitting properly, and as we can see, it is. So now we're ready to sew this together and turn it inside out, put our bottom in, put our feet in, put our lining in, and this should be finished. Okay. The next thing we want to do is put in our bottom piece, and the reason I'm putting this bottom piece in is so that I can put my feet in. And I like feet. They add like maybe $1 to the cost of your bag. They're about 20-25 cents a piece, depending on where you get them from. And I like them because they're a nice detail, and they keep your nice bag off the concrete or whatever it is. And so it kind of helps protect it a little bit, especially the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. I've already glued it, and I'm just going to drop it in here and maneuver it around so it's nice and flat. And then once I get that flat, I'm going to make some little slits. I'll know where those slits need to go, because I'll use my awl to punch through. And so anyway, that's in there, nice and tight, and so that's how it looks inside of your bag. And then what we're going to do is make little holes in each one of these slots, punch through on the other side, and attach our feet. So as not to waste camera time, I'll be right back. Okay, now we've put in our cardboard to hold in our feet, and they're all down, and here's our feet, and should be pretty neat, huh? Okay, the next thing we have to do is tack in our handles in position before you put in your lining, because you're going to be, since this is a drop-in lining, you're going to be sewing over these handles. If you had a different type of, if you still could do a drop-in lining, but if you had your handles here or here, then of course you do them different. But because I made these handles to go inside like this, we're going to attach those, and I'll be right back. We've tacked on our handles, and you can see our bag is looking rather cute. It's fitting well, and all we have left to do is to just drop in the lining. We have our feet in, everything is in, and so now we just have to close the bag up. So here we go. We're going to drop in our lining. Fit it out nicely. And prepare to sew. Alright, and there's a lining that's going to fit in there. Get it nice, even, not so much even, but just about flush with the top. So you want to hide all your work, and then you are finished. This bag is complete. So I'm going to sew this in. Put in my lining, and I'm going to sew after you've done it to make sure that it's going to fit, and then you finish the bag off by just simply top stitching right here, right along the edge, and so the bag is finished. Here's your beautiful lining, nice zipper pocket. It's working quite nicely. The bag looks nice and clean inside. The flap fits beautifully over the top. And there's your bag. It's complete. On how to make a designer handbag.com. See ya. Thank you for watching our tutorial. For more great tutorials on accessory design, visit us at howtomakeadesignerhandbag.com.